Welcome to the Holy Yogi, where we help you find the guru inside of you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. How you doing today? It's Ilan Bomani, and if no one has told you today that they love you, I love you, I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love you. I love each and every single one of you. I don't care if you're tall or short. I don't care if you're straight or gay. I don't care if you're Catholic or Muslim or Irish or Italian or Jewish. I don't care if you're pleasantly plump, fluffy, or if you're as thin as a stick. I love you very, very much. And today, what we're going to talk about, how to find the spiritual guru in your children, or how to help your children find the spiritual guru in them. So I'm talking to moms and dads out there today. And a lot of times we tend to see them when they're going through their little trials and tribulations, from their terrible twos to their teenager tantrums. And with that in mind, it tends to cause us to wonder if we are doing best by them by introducing them to spirituality, to God. Some people consider it to religion. And one of the key things that people always ask me, particularly about my children, is what do I do to help them find the guru inside of them? So I'm going to share with you what I have worked and what I am working. We're always in the ing stage with my children to help you create some little yogis, mini yogis out there to make this world a better place. And the beautiful thing about it is that when they come back into this lifetime, into this world, they are closer to spirit and gurus than we are. If you notice, out of babes comes wisdom. You see how they act and how they treat people, how they're blatantly, frankly honest about things. Oh no, she is fat, mommy. I mean, the little things that they do, or they'll tell it like it is to you. They're very wise. Because like I said, they're coming out from the spiritual realm into this lifetime, so they're a little closer to the truth, to love and compassion and grace and the like. And so one of the things that you can do in order to help your children find the guru inside of them is to, number one, and this is real, real simple, practice what you're preaching. Be the yogi and be the guru that you want them to be by being it yourself. That's the same thing as far as if you want them to eat healthier, you have to eat healthy. If you want your children to exercise, you have to exercise. So if you want your children to find the spirit within inside of them to help them live a happy-go-lucky life, well, quite frankly, you've got to be about it first and foremost. Because ironically, though you will encourage them, I've taught my children at a young age how to meditate, how to pray, making sure that they're, praying, over their food and the like, praying before they go to bed, etc. But I never force it upon them. What I do is just try to live life according to God's principles. Basic things like do to others as you would like them to do unto you. Be more loving and compassionate and considerate. Sharing is caring. Basic things that we already know that's innately within inside of them. I've never ever preached to them about joining a particular religious belief or philosophy, because personally, one thing I loved about my mom, she basically, and I really love this about her, she never forced me to join a religious group or sect, etc. So I had the privilege and I had the opportunity of, venturing out into, I've been to shrines, I've been to temples, I've been to churches, synagogues. I have, had the opportunity. I went to a Catholic high school, so I had the chance to delve into so many religious beliefs and philosophies: Hinduism, Buddhism, Kemetic philosophies. I had opportunity to do that. Voodoo, African spirituality, Kemet, spirituality and philosophy, Kemetic yoga and the like, Hatha yoga, Raja yoga, so I've had a ball, the principles of my Ad and Aset and Heru and Hermetic principles, Ptahhotep, my Native American, experience diving into that spirituality and the like. So it's been a ball. And, the more that I studied the religions, the more I found that we had in common than we had different. And so that's what I wanted to expose my children to give them the opportunity to dull, because when you do that, Allah, Jehovah, Buddha, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, when you introduce them to these philosophies and beliefs, they can have an opportunity to see that the more we have in common is more important than we have different. It's just said one way differently, and it's spoken in another way, but we're all saying the same thing, that God is love, and that we are here to love and honor and respect each other for who and what we are, and to realize that we're spiritual beings just having human experiences. So you have these wonderful gurus that are around your home and your household. So what I suggest you do, like I said, is practice what you preach. I've introduced them to praying. I've introduced them to meditating. I've introduced them to fasting. I introduced them to doing prana yoga breathing. They've been smudged. They've done the medicine cars, and they've done the cowrie shells. Readings. They've tapped into the pendulum. My oldest son in particular, both of them have tried to use the pendulum, and it wasn't working for them. And I'm like, okay, we got to get down to doing a little bit more prayers and meditation and opening up to your third eye, balancing your 7 chakras and the like. So they're aware of it and they're conscientious of it. But one of the things that I really highly recommend is don't force it upon them. Like I said, my mother didn't do that to me. She let me explore and go out there, and she let me realize, for me, I decided to be more spiritual, then I decided to be more religious. I knew that worked best for me, because to be honest with you, I cherished, I honored, and I adored so many religious beliefs and philosophies. One minute I have the privilege, if I want to go to a temple, I'll go to a temple. If I want to go to a shrine, I'll go to a shrine. If I want to go to, your first holy temple is what? Sacred temple is what? The body. I get a chance to meditate, and I'm underneath a cloud, or I'm underneath the tree. I can find God in the mountains. I can find God anywhere and everywhere, because that's the truth. God is everywhere and anywhere, not just isolated up into some type of heaven. And the beautiful thing about it is each and every single one of us has complete access to the divine force out there. So that's why I basically teach my children. I teach them through my actions. I remind them of certain principles through daily life and activity. And so my oldest one, let me rephrase that, my youngest one, in particular, prime example, he was having difficulties with having tantrums and expressing himself and anger management issues. So we decided, okay, what we're going to do is, it's clear the universe is calling you to pay more attention. So what I decided to do is really, he needs to hone on into his meditation, his praying, his learn to becoming his awareness within inside of himself and calming down. So I teach him pranayama yoga. I teach him the tapping principles, okay, to calm him down. As you know, meditation, and we've done affirmations. So we've been having a really good time, making it a mission and a set day and schedule every single day, because what? God is available to us every single day. So the beautiful thing about it is, it's just recently, we were doing some type of activity throughout the day. And he said, God told us to do X, Y, Z. And I see what God is saying for me to do in order for me to handle that situation. And then he mentioned just today about, I just want to give you a hug because I want to express my love for you today, because our principle of today and our affirmation for today was love. And my oldest one, I'm so proud of him. Like I said, I've never forced it upon him, but certain situations, circumstances that have happened in his life, he'd always come to me, God is talking to us, God is, speaking to us about XYZ and the like. And what the beautiful thing about it is, we're a part of Upward Sports. My son is now volunteering for them. He used to play for them when he was at that age, and then my youngest is doing that. So they get a chance to experience. They pray before they play the game. They pray before practice. They pray after practice. So they're seeing that God, every aspect of their life. If it's playing games, God is there. If it's eating a meal, God is there. If it's a storm and they're afraid or they're frightened, God is there. And more importantly, I give reference to God more than anything, because we realize we have to answer to a higher force, and that there's somebody that's out there that's there to love us, honor us, cherish us, protect us, and guide us through every experience, good, the bad, and the ugly. And guess what? We're going to come out just fine. So the moral of this conversation is, in order to teach your children how to find the spiritual guru inside of them, you focus all your energies in finding the guru inside of you. Practice what you're preaching. Introduce them to it. And through various experiences in their life, show them how God is working for them. Prime example, one of my children, they wanted a bike, whatever the case may be, and I'll be quite honest with you, I had no desire to give them this particular, I think it was a moped or one of those electronic bikes. I like them to get out there and get physical. And lo and behold, they wanted it. They badgered and talked to me about it all the time. Of course, I didn't get it for them, but guess what? Their grandparent got it for them. A surprise. The grandparents didn't know that they wanted it. They just instinctively knew how to do that. But then his energy was calling it to him. He was putting it out there. And Divine Universe said, yes, that scooter, electric scooter, is for him. And he got the electric scooter. So they see the magic of it. And so we talked about it, that you speak into existence what you want, and the universe will provide it to you. And it sometimes may not come through the source you think it should come to. So those are little examples of some of the things that you can do in order to help your children find the guru inside of them, or the yogi. It's all good, because it's what? All God. Hey, listen, everybody, it was an absolute joy to be spending this quality time with you today. And we're here every day, 365 days out of the year, 24/7. God is good. I've been able to keep that wonderful commitment and blessing to you and to me, because the more, believe it or not, that I am sitting here healing you and giving you all this wonderful, beautiful God, intentioned information, I'm getting blessed too. What goes around comes around. And I suggest you do the same thing too. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to like, I want you to comment, and I want you to share. I want you to subscribe and share this information. Ring that notification bell, so when I come up with the most important information that is meant just for you, and you'll get it absolutely ASAP. I love each and every one, and I want to thank all of you new members. I mean, we are blowing up. We are getting large, and I really appreciate all the feedback that I've been getting. It's been really encouraging, because I want to make sure that I'm feeding you. This is all about you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just playing a little part in it. And so what I want you to do is, please, we always have Ask the Holy Yogi. Go to my IG account, my Instagram account, the Holy Yogi, and please DM me a question. I'll be happy to answer the questions here. Go, connect with me on Twitter. Connect with tweet. I tweet too. In addition to that, Instagram, Facebook. Come on into Facebook, join me there, as well as here at YouTube, because I want to help you find the guru inside of you. See you at the top of the promised land. Bye-bye for now.